Good afternoon. Welcome to the Midday Mull for Tuesday the 9th of August, Women's Day in South Africa. So happy Women's Day to all the women. A day when we remember the march of many women to the union buildings to demand the scrapping of the past laws for women. Political activism. And how does that relate to our faith? Well, Jeremiah chapter 37, which we read today with Robert Murray McShane, Jeremiah has been saying Jerusalem's going to fall, and then the Babylonians leave because the Egyptians march out to attack them, and so they go off to fight the Egyptians. And Jeremiah comes and says, don't think because the Babylonians have gone that Jerusalem's safe. They're going to come back and Jerusalem will fall. And he says to the king, King Zedekiah, you will go into exile. That's the facts. And then he is about to leave the city, and the captain or the guard says, you're running away, you're going to join the Babylonians, and he arrests him, throws him into prison. And then the king asks him to come and just say, what does God say is going to happen? And he says to the king, you will be delivered into the hands of the king of Babylon. And then in verse 18 we read, then Jeremiah said to King Zedekiah, what crime have I committed against you or your attendants, or this people that you've put me in prison? Where are your prophets who prophesied to you, the king of Babylon will not attack you or this land? But now, my lord, the king, please listen. Let me bring my petition before you. Do not send me back to the house of Jonathan the secretary, or I will die there. And as a result of his appeal, he gets sent to the courtyard of the guard, and he remains there till Jerusalem falls. And as I read that, I thought, here is Jeremiah. He has a spiritual ministry, but there's nothing spiritual about this appeal. It was almost like a legal appeal. It wasn't a godly thing. It wasn't inspired by God. It wasn't dressed up with any kind of religious trappings. This was a plain, straightforward, human, legal appeal. This is unjust. I appeal to you for my life. And sometimes people seem to think that as Christians, we've only got to do Christian things, where Christians are in inverted commas. No, we get on with normal life. Our priorities and our value system and the direction of our life is shaped by our faith. But our faith gets us involved in the everyday nitty-gritty of life. And so as Christians, women would be marching on Pretoria to say, this is wrong, we need to change this cannot be. And we need to see where we can be active in society, and be doing things with regard to the environment, with regard to politics, with all sorts of things. They don't have to be specifically Christian for Christians to be involved. Jeremiah did plain, ordinary, normal, legal things when it was sensible to do that, without any kind of religious trappings. And we need to have the same thing, that our lives are shaped and directed by faith, but they're not restricted by faith. So be encouraged to go out there and make a difference in the same way that those women all those years ago made a difference by what they did. Let us go out and make a difference in our world, sometimes in a religious way, but sometimes just making a difference by changing litter laws or something. So be challenged, be encouraged, and be blessed.